Welcome back to the Digital Social Hour. I'm your host, Sean Kelly, along with my co-host, Christiana Hurt.
What's up, y'all?
And our guest today, Nick Wood.
Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. How we doing today?
Doing amazing, bro.
What brings you to Vegas?
I live 2 hours from here. I live in Utah, but I'm actually moving to Africa tomorrow.
Whoa.
What part?
Sierra Leone, West Africa.
What made you pick there?
I used to live there like 10 years ago. I did like a humanitarian missionary thing. So I'm packing up. I got a wife, 3 kids, and we're moving tomorrow.
Holy
what?
crap.
So you're well-traveled. How many countries
Straight
have
up.
you been to?
Not that many. I go to Africa a lot. I was there in December. I was there in March. I've been there 10 times.
Wow.
So like, I've been in Africa. I know Africa, but I haven't been that many places.
How do you tell your kids they're going to Africa?
You just tell them. My daughter, we're like, hey, we're going to Africa. She's like, she broke down in tears, and then she's like, wait, I don't have to see my music teacher? And we're like, no. She's like, oh, let's go. So we're good. We're cool. They're cool.
Wow. What makes you like Africa so much?
Dude, I don't know, man. Have you guys ever been to Africa?
No.
I've been to Egypt.
That doesn't count.
That's like going to Morocco. Like it's kind of.
Really?
Okay.
This year I am doing Tanzania,
Yeah.
and Kenya, and probably
That's Africa.
Now you're
and
getting
Cape
into it.
Town.
Cape Town's dope.
I'm doing those 3.
I don't know. Whenever I go, so like we're going because everything's online, right? So our business and everything. So it's honestly like more of a personal, like simplify and just like we've been in the same like grind and just same people, same everything. So it's just like we're going to do 3 months, see how the kids do, and then go from there.
Do they speak English where you're going?
They speak a language called Creole. Okay. So it's not Creole like you hear in like Louisiana, but it's very similar. So, you know, like you'd be like, that's a woman in English, and I'd be like, na umandandi.
Is it broken French?
Yeah, it's like broken English. It's like patois. It's got patois.
I was about to
English.
say, it's giving Haiti.
Okay. It's got a little of that.
So you know how to speak it fluently?
Yeah.
Nice. So you're going to teach the kids?
Yeah. So it's not super hard to learn, but it's just like a mix between English and everything. So
okay.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. Let's get into the business side of things.
Yep.
You call what you do digital real estate. Can you explain what that is?
So I actually call it digital real estate. I also call it digital drug dealing.
Okay.
Which is a little bit more polarizing. But essentially what we do is we teach people, everyday people, how to make passive income it's a really simple model. You pick a city, you pick a niche, like concrete, tree service, etc. You rank a website on Google, and you take those leads and you sell them. You rent that website or you sell those leads to a local business owner for passive income every month. Rinse and repeat, and just go.
Interesting. So what's an example you've done in Vegas?
I stay away from big markets like this.
Okay.
I have a site here though. It's Las Vegas block wall, which is like the masonry. You can have these ugly block walls that we have here and in Utah.
Okay.
And so like my business owner here pays me like $1,200 a month, and we talk every quarter, and it's just it's the margins. The reason I call it digital drug dealing is the margins are so stupid. Like it's really high because all your costs is your hosting, your domain, your tracking phone number.
Wow.
That's it.
So how are you ranking these websites up?
Just basic SEO tactics, but the key is, it's kind of like regular real estate, the key is finding the right city and the right niche combination. Because if you go into a city like St. George, Utah, which you guys have probably never even been there, you're going against like this Timmy the tree care guy that barely knows how to use his cell phone, not against like national companies. So it's really easy to rank. So a lot of it's in choosing the right city, just like you would in regular real estate. So that's it. That's the model. So I teach people. I have a course on how to do that. It's called Digital Landlords, and we just teach people A to Z how to go get a deal, rank the website, off to the races.
And how long does it take to rank this website and find a business owner?
So it depends on how you do it. The way I teach it is I teach that you sell the website first. So what we do, without getting like too in the weeds, is we teach you to put up a landing page, run ads, start getting some phone calls, and then take those phone calls and get the deal, get the contract and the credit card, and then take that money to build out the website. So you actually get the deal before you build the website.
Wow.
Okay.
So it's like backwards. That's why I call it, it's the model itself is kind of been referred to as rank and rent. So I call it rent then rank, but I also call it digital real estate. So anyway, that's how we do it.
Seems like it's low risk.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't work, which anyone, which is funny because people come in and they're like, they expect to just like make money. It's like, that's not how it works. But if you do the steps, it's like, yeah.
But in 2023, does anybody really work?
I know, isn't that the thing? Like everyone just sits around and makes content or TikTok videos and makes millions, right?
Wow.
So yeah, that's it. It's super simple, super easy.
How did you find out about it? I mean, this seems so like unique.
I know, it's actually, so I call it I would call it like the sexiest unsexy business on the internet, right? We're talking to contractors, we're talking to concrete, tree service, like these guys that like you probably wouldn't go get a drink with, but they need your help. But no, 6 years ago, I just stumbled. I heard a podcast, somebody talking to it. I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I'm like, this sounds like Rich Dad Poor Dad, but online. And here we are, like 6 years later. And
6 years, and how many deals later?
A lot. a lot of deals. I mean, and not all of them stick, right? Like not all of them are going to stay. And, but for the first however many years, I just did the model. And then 18 months ago or 14 months ago, I started teaching it. So I do both now. I have my own websites and my own clients. And then I have my digital landlords program. And that's kind of like the focus right now is just teaching people, everyday people, how to do it.
How many, let's just say, how many people are you a landlord to right now?
Like of my clients?
Yeah.
Right now, it fluctuates a little bit because you're going to have, it's just like regular real estate, right? You have a tenant that moves out, you have to evict a tenant, anywhere between 30 and 40 at any given time. So, and the minimum is we charge $1,000, and I've had clients up to $20K. And I don't want to make this sound like it's just like everybody makes money, because there's still,
There's
people,
still drop-off
there's still
rates,
people that get in and they don't work or they don't do it or whatever. So, but if you do it, it's real money.
So is there a way to Section 8 this in 2023, like sign 5-year leases?
Yeah, no, we do contracts, but it's like contracts are more, in my opinion, like just a way to see that the business owner is serious as much as anything. Because it's like you're doing a contract for $1,000 a month for a year. It's like you're probably not going to go after that person with by the time with attorney fees. So
you would lose money at that point.
Yeah, it's all about just setting the expectations. And looking at it as like partners, like you're actually helping these people. And I've seen people like really change their business, but I'm not sitting here being like, I love this because I'm helping people. Like I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
Like I'm here to make money, but it's cool to like, hey, buy this, you could make your money back and then double, triple, quadruple your money. So it's like, it's a cool, because I've sold other stuff. I did door-to-door sales for 4 years and pushed alarm systems on people that they may or may not have needed. And this is like, you actually can benefit from this, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, doing door-to-door, you must have learned a lot doing that. What was that like?
It's crazy. It was it was terrible. It was great money.
It was good money, actually?
Yeah, it was phenomenal money if
Really?
you're good. Yeah, so I would go, I'm from Utah, and they would basically say every summer, like, okay, you're going to Arkansas. Okay, great. And we'd take the family. I only had one kid at the time. Take the family, move, and for 5 months, it was we had a meeting at 1, hit the doors at 2, knock till dark every day.
Wow.
And then Saturdays 8 to 8. But we'd only do it for 5 months, and then we'd have the rest of the year off. But it was great, but I was still trading my time for dollars.
Yeah.
And so it's like, obviously,
there's a limit.
yeah, like shout out to Naval, right? He's like, you have to own a piece of a business in order to get wealthy. And so that's why this business model checked the boxes, because you're building assets that you can rent out that are working for you while you're golfing, eating, sleeping, traveling, wherever you're at, right?
Right.
So yeah, door-to-door was the best thing I ever did, and it was like the hardest thing I ever did too.
Yeah, you're getting rejected daily.
Yeah.
I mean, it
We've
must
had
take a toll on you.
Totally. Guns pulled on you, people
What?
spit on you. Yeah, dude, we were in Arkansas.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, absolutely not.
No, it was cool. But yeah, so that definitely helped with business, getting that rejection. And yeah, so this is a piece of cake, man. Sit in your office and AC and in your shorts, like, dude, this isn't that bad.
So when you move to Africa, you're gonna have insane money because the currency.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy difference. Yeah, but I actually, so we took, because everyone like that has outsourcers or VAs, they typically go to the Philippines, like onlinejobs.ph. A friend of mine, John Jonas, has that company, and that's a really good resource. But I was like, it would be cool to like bring some of my friends that I already had into this business. So actually, most of my work gets outsourced to West Africa.
I haven't heard of that for VAs.
Yeah.
It's always like Asia,
Yeah.
Philippines.
It's a labor of love. Like, it's not like with the Philippines, you're starting right here, and in Africa, like, these are smart people, but they don't know WordPress. They don't know some of these basic, like WordPress isn't basic, but like just basic fundamental like things. They're like, so it is a labor of love.
But you've brought it in-house, which is just
Yeah.
so much easier.
Totally.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, you can pay people like even less over there, and they're still making more than they would with a college degree, like, kind of a thing. So yeah, it's exciting.
Are you worried about your kids' education over there compared to getting it in the U.S.?
Kind of excited. There's a Montessori school. We're actually, like, I'm leaving tomorrow. I'll be there Thursday night. Friday we tour the school. There's 85 students there total, and they're from 25 different countries.
Wow.
It's going to be amazing.
That's exciting.
Wow, that is
Like, I
exciting.
grew up in like this little town in Utah where it's like everybody was the same job. It's like you're either a teacher, a farmer, or you sold drugs.
Right.
For real.
Not a farmer.
No. My dad's a farmer. I swear on my life. So, like, literally, you either farmed, you're a teacher, or you sold drugs. My dad is, to this day, lives on that farm. Like, I grew up on a farm.
Wow.
Which you wouldn't probably guess, but I did.
So, okay, big takeaway. You say you're in it for the money,
Yeah.
but when you were doing door-to-door, obviously you were away from your children a lot, or your child at that
Totally.
time. Do you feel like having multiple children made you kind of want to get that time back, in a sense, and less of getting into the business for money, being more hands-on with your children?
It's a good question. I think, I mean, I think anyone that's a dad or a mom, they realize, like, it's harder than it sounds to, like, separate things. So I'm not the best at going back and forth between, like, business and then being with the kids and being present. So I can't sit here and, like, tell you, like, no, that's what drove me. It was more just like the competition. But definitely, like, as they start to grow, you realize, like, man, I'm missing this. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want to pretend to be like this, like, world-class dad. Like, I'm very much, like, all in whatever I'm doing, and so I have a hard time peeling away. But no, I just don't, like, I can't imagine spending your whole life not buying your time back and then going and doing the thing that you want to do, right? Whether it's create a jersey company or whatever it is, like, it just seems crazy to me that you punch the clock till you die.
Right. Yeah, it's a balance. I think every entrepreneur struggles with it, with the family, the work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's a tough balance. I mean,
Yeah, because if you're door-to-door every day, like you said, weekends, 8 to 8, you're missing out on
Oh, yeah.
a
But that,
lot.
I mean, that was more of like, it was a 5-month, like, really hard grind, and then we had the rest of the year off. So
Yeah.
you kind of got it back, but then it's like now you're recruiting, but it was a phenomenal experience. Like, learning to sell is a skill set that, like, has paid me a lot of money, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
so you grew up in Utah and you did door-to-door. Did you grow up Mormon?
I did, and that's why I was in Africa, as I did a missionary trip to
Got it.
that country.
Got it.
And so that's what they do in Utah. They're like, oh, these guys are used to, like, hitting doors. Let's go recruit them to door. So that's exactly what happened. Is I got swooped in and got stuck in that for 4 years, and then I got into this. But yeah, that's how I got to Africa in the first place. I didn't even know, like, where that country was. Like, I just was like, because they don't tell you. They're just like, you're going here. And you're like, okay,
They
cool.
just fly you out?
No, yeah, you get a packet in the mail or an email. It's like, you're going to West Africa. You leave on this day.
Wow.
So, yeah.
What was it like growing up in that environment?
In the Mormon environment?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so interesting now that I've, like, gotten older to, like, see how sheltered I was in some ways, but I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Okay.
Like there's so many good things from it. Like, I don't know. It gets a bad reputation.
It does.
Because it's like, oh, you guys have 7 wives. Like, bro, I have 1. And, like, we're just chilling, dude. And that's actually not a thing in the culture, but it gets a bad reputation. But there's a lot of good things, like going on a missionary trip. Like, what bad can come from that? Like, you get to go and experience another culture and, like, serve other people, right? So it was unique. That's probably the word I'd give it. It was very unique.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends that are Mormon, and they said all that door-to-door stuff really helped them, actually.
100%. Yeah, and that's yeah, and it's funny. People are nicer when you're selling them something than when you're trying to talk to them about God. They are.
Wow, that's deep.
You know what's crazy? I tell people all the time, religion is the hardest thing to sell. If you could sell religion, you could sell anything.
Totally. And I'm glad I did it in the order I did, because after doing door to door, I would have tried to sell it. And when I was 19, like I grew up on a farm. I didn't know. I didn't even know anything else existed, right?
Yeah.
I had like it was a very sheltered like childhood.
What was it like growing up on a farm? Were you eating your own produce?
No, ours is an alfalfa farm, so we raise alfalfa hay, we cut it, rake it, like package it up and sell it to dairies in California and in Taiwan and stuff.
Wow, Taiwan.
So, yeah, it was hard work, and I actually have hay fever. I'm allergic to the product that my dad produces.
You serious?
Swear, yeah, I have hay fever, and I have to like take Claritin every day. I grew up on that farm, but it was I hated it, but like I wouldn't trade it for anything. Like it was so hard, and that's not like my like I didn't love like getting dirty every day and like being in the dirt like some people do. But the hard work and like I mean you can't trade those lessons.
Taught you work ethic.
Yeah, totally.
Discipline.
Yeah.
What does your father think of what you're doing now?
He's still trying to wrap his head around it. Yeah. Even when I did door-to-door sales, he's like, son, like, that's awesome, but you know it's a scam. Because he's always like, you got to work with your hands to make money. And he does well, and, like, he gets it. But he's been very supportive, and he's like, so I've got all my brothers. My little brother is taking over the family farm. He's 22. He's now taking my course. He just hit $9,500 a month.
Wow.
Started, like, right before Thanksgiving. My other brother's a cop in Mesquite, which is down the road. He just got his first deal for $1,500 a month. So I got both of my brothers, and my sister just started working, like not working for me, but doing the business. So it's been fun to like get the family to do it, and they all have their own businesses, but they're just taking my training and just kind of running with it.
Side money, that's awesome.
Yeah. So it's been really fun. It's cool. Like anything that you can do, right? No matter what business opportunity, I think the thing is like figure out where you want to end up, and then what business model will allow you to do it, right? Do you want to travel? Do you want to be able to make X amount working these hours? Okay, what business models would fit the bill, right? Because I tried other ones like SEO business, and I had a social media, a little managing some clients there, and man, those were a headache.
It wasn't for you.
No, I hated going to Disneyland with the family and like getting a call and like, oh, I just lost my biggest client. It's like, don't know if we don't know if we can hit the churros now, you know? So anyway, no, it's fun. I'm having a good time.
Awesome.
So are you incorporating those farm values into your new life in Africa?
Of course, yeah.
So you're going to be growing your own food?
I would say more like the work ethic principles, more than we're not going to be growing our own food. No, like over there, it's like rice. People grow rice, but it's not.
Yeah, I'm a huge foodie, so I got to ask this: how's the food over there?
It's an acquired taste. Okay. But like once and that's not a politically correct answer. Like I hated it. And then once I started tasting it, I'm like, and I got used to it, I'm like, this is so good. Like you start to crave it.
What type of like food is it? Is it
all rice? Like rice is the base, and then you put like a sauce, different leaf.
So curries.
Not curries, but like we got cassava leaf, potato leaf.
Give us your favorite dish.
My favorite dish is this thing they call it tawe. In the local language, they call it tawe, which is like these small beans, and they're fried. That one, and then there's another one called potato leaf, which is phenomenal. But again, it's an acquired taste. Like if I just gave it to you right now, you'd be like,
she would not do well there.
I'm chicken tender queen, man.
Yeah, no, chicken tenders are good too.
I'd be open to trying it. No. I love trying different cuisines.
Yeah, dude. Like, have you had Nigerian food?
No.
You need to have Nigerian food. Really good. Okay. That's a safe.
I don't think I've had any African.
You gotta go to Africa.
Yeah, let's go, dude.
This is your sign.
Yeah, it's a sign.
Don't you have to get shots and stuff?
Only for certain countries, the yellow fever shot.
Yeah, I did have to get the yellow fever.
Okay. I'm not a fan of shots.
Me either at all.
Yeah, but are you a fan of yellow fever?
What is that one?
You could die.
Yeah, no. You'd have to get a couple shots, but it's like, do you take that or you take the sickness, you know?
Yeah, that sounds bad.
So no, there's some good food though. I think that's what's so exciting about traveling the world. Like we don't even know what's out there. Yeah. You know what I mean? So,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast.
All right. Any closing comments on where people can find you?
Yeah, I mean, just search digital drug dealing, digital landlords. You'll see, like, we put a new video on YouTube every single day, put a new TikTok every single day. And yeah, you'll get into our funnel there. You'll see all our free stuff, and you'll be careful though. You'll probably buy.
I love that. What about you, Christiana?
No, I'm probably gonna definitely take a trip out there though. That country's gonna
Sierra
be
Leone.
added to my list.
You should.
Definitely.
Wait, which country was it?
It's Sierra Leone. So
Sierra
have you seen
Leone.
Blood
Sierra
Diamond?
Leone.
Yes.
That's where it's at.
But it's safe now, right?
It's always been safe, man.
Okay. Because that movie was scary, man.
Yeah, no.
Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone.
So,
what
like,
is it next to?
It's above Liberia. It's below Guinea, and yeah, there was a civil war back in 1991, and that's like where they would like cut people's arms off.
That's not that long ago.
That's
Yeah.
why I asked if it's safe now.
It's good.
They made us watch that movie in high school.
Yeah, really. That's
Yeah.
cool. It's like if you know the right people and stuff, like I've
In
been.
other words, don't go where the locals are if you're not local.
Yeah, I mean, like I've been like I woken up and it's like people that have like robbed me through the window, but
And
I
you're
mean
telling us this is safe.
nobody was hurt, nobody was harmed.
But they got all your stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
They actually,
man.
what's funny, they like my Bible was in like a bag, and
Yeah.
they took it thinking it was money. They like put a stick through the window and like lifted it out.
Yeah.
Because you leave the windows open when it rains because it's so hot. And I looked out and like my Bible was like open, like they had torn through it. Like, oh, this isn't money. And they're like, I don't want to take this Bible. So yeah, they stole that and my cell phone.
Oh, man. So
But yeah,
that
that was-
Rolex, you're not bringing that, right?
No, I'm leaving the chain and the Rolex at home. So
For sure.
I'm not taking that.
Yeah, that'll make you a target out there.
I'll buy all the fake Gucci stuff when I get out there.
So you're not going to have AC out there?
We have a pretty nice place. Like we
Okay.
spent the money to get the nice place. I got kids and a wife here
Right.
now. It's not like when I was there. It was like we had no power. We had no like I pulled water with a bucket to shower.
So you've invested in this.
Oh yeah, we're going to a nice area. Like there was one we could smell something. This compound I lived in, and it was like we went out, we lifted up the well. Like if you've seen the movies, like we literally pulled water out of the well, and there was a dead dog in the thing. And we're like, hey, we called like the.
So when we go, make sure to tell us
No, yeah,
where,
you'll get a
where
way
you
better
live.
spot.
We would like to be
We're just like just pour bleach on it, you'll be good.
wherever your kids are. We would like
That's
to be
exactly
next to them.
Yeah.
Like
It's like
level
any
of
place. There's
safety.
nice, and then there's like really
Yeah.
like.
Wait, so
Oh,
you're
of
drinking out of
course.
wells there?
No, now they have a lot of bottled water, but I was there in 2010. Like it was like
Oh, okay.
very
Yeah,
different.
that's 10 years.
It's very
He was
it's
a day oneer.
I guess so. It was way different than it is now. So
I feel that. All right, guys. Digital Social Hour. That's your episode for the week. Thanks for tuning in.